Hey guys, what's going on? Joe here with the Bro Scouts back at it. Just came back from PAX West 2017. We were there for Sunday and Monday, which is probably better in some cases because it's a little less busy, but still is pretty busy overall. And but the only problem is sometimes the merch is a little depleted, but it was still such a great time. So I'm gonna recap on how things went for this weekend because we had so much fun. There's a lot to see and there was a lot to do. So we drove down from Vancouver to Seattle, and that doesn't take that long. It's more or less borders, but we got up hella early. Got there, probably at 9 a.m. So we were there ready to get in right away, and we were staying at the Moore Hotel, so we kind of just had to pop in there, drop our bags off, and get out there. But it was funny because we stayed at the Moore Hotel, and it's great for a cheap place to stay, and it's very central. It's only a couple of blocks from Pike Place Market, so within walking distance and everything. Some roads can be pretty hilly. You're pretty safe there. The only thing that's interesting about that place is it felt haunted as heck.
Get out.
What on earth was that?
Probably just your house settling.
And the thing is like, once you think, ooh, it's creepy, it looks like The Shining, you look stuff up like you're an idiot. So we looked up some stuff because we just got like that vibe. You just had a weird vibe being there, especially on the fourth floor because everything was dark, high ceilings and whatnot. But we looked things up and we found out that in the theater, like a long time ago, people performed a seance, which never goes well. So I'm assuming they didn't say goodbye and then close the door or whatever. But anyways, apparently there's spirits and stuff that have been known to mess around, but nothing like demonic or nothing ever harmful. But the funny thing is just it felt weird. And I'm not going to lie, I also had a few drinks, so who knows if it was associated with that, my food intake, because that happens too. I had some pretty messed up dreams, so who knows if that was an influence, because it was heavy. But yeah, we had a weird sighting. Anyways, going on to PAX, there was so much to see in 2 days. Like, Nintendo was there this time, and it was like had their first panel. They had their whole thing going for Mario Odyssey, Pokken Tournament XD, Metroid Prime, like the newest Metroid, and they also have a 3DS game that's coming out. And then you had the new Shadow of Mordor, which I am so unbelievably stoked for. And there was a lot of other stuff like Battleground, Cuphead. So many things spread around, and there was so little time to do things. We didn't really opt to do the Nintendo stuff, unfortunately, because the key was like 3 hours easy. Like, it was crazy. And the Nintendies event was pretty cool to see, but there was just no game that was really like jumping out with me. Like, I've already played Shovel Knight. Maybe one game out of the 9, and waiting a couple of hours didn't really make sense. So we made sure to hop around at the indie scene, or anytime we saw something that was like short line, we wanted to bust into it because we wanted to do as much as possible. And ironically enough, the very first game we played was DragonBall Z Fighter, which I am a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Like, Pokemon, don't get me wrong, Pokemon is amazing and is life. All right, don't get me wrong for you guys that know that I love my Pokemon. However, Dragon Ball, favorite anime. Just growing up, because I grew up with it. It's been going on for 20 years and everything like that, and I'm mid-20s, so it's been a huge part of my life. This game finally brought it back to like Budokai, like one bit where I was just like, damn, I love it. So me and Stu battled it out to see who was best, and there were some punches. There was some beams. And yeah, definitely I came out victorious. It's funny though, we only picked the scrub guys. Like I was, I believe, Tien, number 16 in Majin Buu. Stu was Krillin, and some other guys. I think he was Piccolo as well. But anyways, it was super cool, and it is a super like Capcom versus Marvel-esque style game. You have your support characters. It's a fight left and right. It's not the 3D crap they've been doing for the last couple of years, which I'm pretty tired of because it got stale. It's the exact same game. It's just you're adding new skins for the new content or what-if factors. So that game was really clean, and I'm actually definitely going to buy it after this. So that was a really cool thing. Then we tried out, speaking of which, was Marvel Capcom Infinity. So that one's a little interesting. You know, it's very similar to the other Capcom vs. Marvels, except for this might just be the demo. I'm not sure. But you only have one support character instead of two. Different. Okay. And then at the beginning you pick an Infinity Stone, and there was like 6. Is that how many there are? 6 different ones. And you pick it, and they each have a different ability. So when you build up your Infinity Stone power up, you can just go to town. And, Stu got close. But I Spider-Man'd him away. So it was 2-0 for Joe. So that was really cool. And during that day also, I'd been practicing for a Tekken 7 tournament on the Console Wars. And I went in there balls lightning going, you know, martial law's gonna crush it. And then we got to the registration. There was like 40 people there. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. Joe's got this. Well, the fight kind of went like this.
Hey, the fight's starting. Okay, we'll be right in.
Yeah. Then...
Fight's over!
So, this guy was Devil Jin and clearly knew what was up, because people either don't know how to use Devil Jin because he just seems cool, and someone will just be super OP with this guy. And this guy, I'm pretty sure, is someone that brought in their joystick thing, because he's a super pro, and then was just like, oh, it's not compatible, it's not working. Don't worry, I'll still destroy this kid. And yeah, so that was worth all the effort, for sure. But no, that's fine, that's cool, that's whatever. And yeah, that was really cool. And there was so much loot. Holy crap. So I spent a lot of money. There's going to be don't worry, there's so much loot. There's going to be a loot video coming up after this one. It's going to show everything I came home with. And I got to tell you, I splurged. Last time I came back with more Pokemon TCG. That was because there was a Pokemon Center. This year there wasn't a Pokemon Center. I think Nintendo put their eggs in the whole Nintendies event and the Nintendo panel and everything. So, I mean, I was a little upset, but also it's just like, I can get other stuff instead of Pokemon. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Moving on, other famous things there were like the Game On panel was going on, which is the Game Grumps' YouTube Red series. And Markiplier and his friends, like Jacksepticeye and all that stuff, they had a thing going on. But the queue just got filled so quickly, didn't even bother. And there was also a lot of after parties, like the BioShock one, which a lot of people had trouble getting into. That was like about a 4-hour line key to get in. And we went instead to this pinball arcade bar that's called Shorty's. And it is on 2nd Avenue. And oh my gosh, is it great. Like, in comparison to like bars in Vancouver where like drinks are like $7, they're having like a tall boy of beer and it costs $3.50. And you're just slamming quarters and then into whack-a-mole or pinball. Is super fun, and you get to talk with a bunch of nerds. It was a lot of fun. It definitely was a great experience for everyone here. Also, one thing that I'm now skeptical about for seeing it, because I had no idea this was happening. Also, I kind of don't know everything that's going on with the gaming world. It's a little hard to catch up on, but apparently they are doing a new version or a remastered version of Secret of Mana. And Secret of Mana was like one of my favorite games ever growing up. It was such a great game. I'm probably going to do like a live stream playthrough of this game just because it's so great. And when you played it on either Super Nintendo or on the ROM, you can play all 3 characters. So that was me, my brother, and my good friend. We all played it through. I was the sprite. But when I saw it, that it was on the list for what Square Enix was bringing, I was just like, hell yeah, I want to see what this is. Is this brand new? Is this a sequel? Like, what's going on? What is going on? Go there, and it looks kind of cheaply done. Wasn't super stoked about it. You know, the gameplay seemed a little bit just not there, you know, it just wasn't there, and it's not releasing till February, so maybe that they're taking a bunch of people's criticism and might tweak it, but I really hope it doesn't flop because this game was so sweet growing up. It really was. And of course there was all of those indie games that were super sweet that, you know, they come in there and it's all small. Like DigiPen always puts up a great booth. It's amazing to see just what ideas people have. And that's the moral part of PAX, is like there's the big time stuff that everyone wants to see, but then, you know, you can't go to every line and you're not going to stay in every line there, like, you know, while you're there. So it's like going to see the VR stuff, it's going to that, and then spreading everything out. Like the Destiny 2 thing was pretty sweet. Like everything looked really cool. The thing that got me was, and there was a lot of wows. In there was the Monster Hunter setup. That was gorgeous. They had a giant T-Rex that, you know, was on display and everything, and then a Velociraptor, and it was like, oh, wow! Like, this looks super cool. And you had to, like, sign, like, a waiver before you'd go on. That was super tight. But anyways, that was, like, the PAX experience was super cool. Got so much loot, and everything was gorgeous. That's the thing that's the wow part of PAX, is just looking and seeing everything. Like, all the money that's just poured into this thing. It's like a black hole of money. But I had a lot of fun. I would definitely prefer to go next year on Friday and Sunday, so you have a rest day, but also you still have your badges so you can get in special events. But you also get the initial Friday startup day where there's like everything is there. Like you're not going to miss out on any type of promo stuff, which I was so worried about that's what happened this year. Didn't get a whole lot of badges this year because of that. But that's okay. But anyways, guys, that was my PAX experience. You know, you're going to be seeing me showing off my loot and how much money I spent, oh my god, on this stuff. And there's going to be some other side videos of me opening some of those things as well. Because we got quite a fair range of stuff to open up, that's for sure. But, you know, if you like this whole bit right here of just summing up my weekend here at PAX with Stu, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tick that alarm, or the notification alarm. Would love your input. Comment below on what you like and what you would like me to add, or comment below if you'd like any. Comment below if you have any questions about PAX. I'd be happy to respond and let you know if you want to make that venture out one year if you're still unsure. But until then, guys, keep talking and applesaucing, and I'll see you on the flip side.